Well, Mr. Dotson, you just agreed to 95% of the state's case except the part where you did it, didn't you?
No, sir.
You didn't?
No, sir.
I mean, you've been in here through this trial, right?
Yes, sir.
You've heard the proof we put on? Right? You've been here.
Yes, sir.
So let's talk about it for a second. Let's talk about what you just agreed to, 95% of it, except the part where you did this. You left the house that night on CJ's bike, right?
Yes, sir.
You knew 9 people were in that house, either dead or alive. You said you thought they were dead, right?
Yes, sir.
You didn't call 911, right?
Yes, sir.
You didn't call your family, right?
Yes, sir.
You didn't call anyone at all that night, right?
Yes, sir.
At all.
Yes, sir.
You go to 1403 Silver and you put that bike in Sheila's shed, right?
Yes,
You can
sir.
agree on that?
Yes, sir.
You go to bed, right?
No, sir.
You got into bed, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you go to work the next day?
No, sir.
On Sunday, while your family was in that house, you say dead, you didn't call anybody that day either, right?
No, sir.
Now, this entire time, you're living, right? You're living life on Sunday? Is that right?
No, sir.
Well, I mean, you're walking around, right?
Yes.
Went to dinner Sunday night, right, with, I think, Fat?
Yes, sir.
And during that entire time, did you call the police then? Just to let them know your family's bodies were in there, just so they could have a proper burial. Did you let them know that?
No, sir.
Okay. And let's just take a look at something here for a second. Your Honor, if I could publish Exhibit 3.
All right.
I mean, let's just be honest about what we're talking about here. Okay, this is what you saw when you went into the living room, right? I mean, you just told me that.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you saw this
Yes,
and
sir.
left that house.
Yes, sir.
Sunday night, you go out to dinner, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you go to bed Sunday night
No, sir.
at all?
No, sir.
You didn't sleep
No, sir.
the entire time. What'd you do?
Stayed up.
You stayed up?
Yes, sir.
Did you call the police?
No, sir.
Did you tell your family about this?
No, sir.
Because you don't call the police, right?
No, sir.
Not even for your family?
No, sir.
Not even for a 2-year-old?
No, sir.
Not even for a 4-year-old?
No, sir.
Not even for a 5-year-old?
No, sir.
Not even for a 9-year-old?
No, sir.
Not even for a 2-month-old baby?
No, sir.
You don't call the police.
No, sir, I didn't.
Then you go to bed, you get up and you go to work Monday morning, right? I mean, you heard the testimony of that, right?
Yes, sir.
You went to work with your father.
Yes, sir.
Did you tell your father about that?
No, sir.
Did you tell him that his son was lying dead in the living room?
No, sir.
Did you tell your mother that her grandchildren were dead? Because you said you thought they were dead, right?
Yes, sir.
Did you tell them they were lying dead in that house, rotting?
No, sir.
I mean, you knew how many days had passed, right?
Yes, sir.
Since you saw that.
Yes, sir.
And in fact, you weren't even the one who helped somebody discover that, were you? I mean, you didn't call the police on March 3rd, did you? And say, hey, something happened a couple days ago. My entire family and some innocent people are in a home at 722 Leicester Street. Were you the one who made that call?
No, sir.
Okay. So you still weren't planning on telling anybody about what was in that house on March 3rd, were you?
No, sir.
Now, it sounds like you got an explanation for everything. So the jury doesn't have to deliberate about who poured the bleach on the rug, right? Because you just told them that you threw up in the sink because you had just seen that, right?
Yes, sir.
Because that made you so sick that you were able to eat the next day, go to work on Monday, and not let anyone know that they were in there, right?
Didn't eat.
You didn't eat?
No, sir.
Okay. But you did pour the bleach on there. I know you were cleaning up after yourself. So the bleach is you, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the bike is you, the bleach is you, right?
Yes, sir.
We can agree on that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We can also agree, right, that you lied to your own family about the last time you saw your brother, right? I mean, you told them that.
Yes, sir.
You know, that he dropped you off and that Cecil and Hollis and E rode off into the sunset when they dropped you off at your girlfriend's house, right?
No, I didn't say Hollis, and I said Cecil.
You just said Cecil dropped you off.
Yes, sir.
At Sheila's,
Yes, sir.
your girlfriend's house.
Yes, sir.
But that wasn't true because you were hiding under this bed, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And let's talk about that for a second. This right here, that's the bed you got under?
Yes, sir.
Why didn't you run out the back door?
You can't get out that door.
You can't get out this door?
No, sir.
You heard the testimony of Tony Mullins that he walked through it, didn't you?
He needed that boat key to get through it.
And let me ask you another question while you were in the back bedroom. You said you heard some shots, right?
Yes, sir.
How many?
2 to 3.
How many did you hear before you jumped under the bed?
It was 2 to 3.
2 or 3. Okay. What's that on the wall there in the back bedroom? Up there on the wall, to the left.
That's a phone.
It's a cordless phone, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
You didn't grab that and call 911 while you're under the bed?
No, sir.
How long did you say you stayed under there?
I didn't say how long I stayed under there.
Well, how long?
I said it was a while.
15 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour?
It was about, I ain't gonna say an hour. About 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And that's from the time you heard the first 2 shots?
That's in it all.
At all.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you this. What were you doing when the children were screaming for their lives as they were being stabbed and beaten with boards? What were you doing then?
Never heard no kids screaming alive.
You never heard any kids screaming up in here?
No, sir.
What about when somebody was in there pounding those children with boards? You didn't hear that?
No, sir.
Well, when did you come out of the room? Was it when the killers were cleaning up the shell casings?
No, sir.
Oh, so they had already done that when you walked through the living room.
If it was cleaned up, they had done it.
And you were under the bed when the killers were pulling Cindry's pants down. You were under the bed then too?
Yes, sir.
Because she looked like that picture, right, when you came out in the living room?
Yes, sir.
So you would have been hiding under the bed the entire time.
Yes, sir.
When you went into the bathroom, did you see CJ?
Which bathroom?
The bathroom where CJ was. You know what tub he was in.
You said bathroom. It's 2 bathrooms.
When you saw CJ, did you see the knife in his head?
I saw CJ laying in the tub.
Did you see the knife in his head?
No, sir. I ain't pay attention to all that. You're not paying attention to a knife in his head.
You're not paying attention to the knife in the head of your 9-year-old nephew?
I saw him laying in the tub. Yes, I saw him laying in the tub.
Well, did you go over and say, man, are you okay? Are you okay?
No, sir.
You didn't?
No, sir.
You thought he was dead?
Thought everybody in the house was dead.
Yeah, but why did you think he was dead?
I thought everybody in the house was dead.
I'm asking you, when you went into the bathroom and looked in that tub and CJ was in there, what did you do to determine he was dead?
I didn't do nothing.
Did you talk to him and say, man, are you all right?
No, sir.
What about the 2-month-old? You know she's not dead, right?
Yes, sir.
She's alive.
Yes,
Did
sir.
you go over to her and check her and see what was wrong with her?
No, sir.
And this is what you want the jury to believe.
That's what happened.
That's what happened.
Yes, sir.
This story you just told them, Is that what you told your mama?
No, sir.
When you called and asked to see her? Did you tell her this? About hiding under the bed?
No, sir.
In fact, what you told her was, you were holding her hands, right? You agree to that?
Yes, sir.
Y'all were holding hands?
Yes, sir.
Because you wanted to see her, right? Because you had something to tell her, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
And you looked her in her eyes, and you said, Mama, I did it. Didn't you?
I told her, Mama, they trying to make me say I did this. She said, who? Who trying to make you say you did this? She said, give me some names. I need their names so I can get you some help.
Did you say to your mother, Mama, I did it?
Yes.
And did you tell her how you got into an argument with your brother? Did you tell her? I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just asking you. Did you tell your mother about an argument that you made up?
Yes.
Okay. And did you tell her that the argument carried over into 722 Leicester Street? Did you tell her that? That Wayne kept shooting off at the mouth?
Yes.
And did you tell her that after he put his gun down, you just started shooting? Again, not saying that's true,
Yes.
but did you tell her?
Yes.
Did you tell her how you left after you killed your brother? What'd you tell her?
She asked me, how did I get away? I told her on the bike.
The bike right here?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But you're agreeing, though, that you did ride that bike?
Yes, sir.
Just not to what you told your mother? Yeah, in other words, it's not true, what you told your mom. When
Yes,
you brought
sir.
her in, you lied to her.
Yes, sir.
Now, did you tell your mother that you grabbed Hollis's gun?
Can't recall.
Can't recall.
Can't
Okay,
recall.
that's fair. Okay. Did you tell your mother that you killed the kids?
Yes, sir.
Why did you tell her that? What did you tell her? What reason did you give your mother for killing your nephews and her grandchildren? What did you tell her? Again, I'm not saying it's true. I'm just saying, what did you tell her? What reason?
I think I told her they saw me.
They saw you.
Yes, sir.
Doing what?
I just told her they saw me.
Saw you killing your brother, and maybe saw you killing Sindri, right? Not that that happened, but that's what you meant when you said they saw me.
Yes, sir.
Lieutenant Armstrong kept you in the room for quite a while, didn't he?
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, it's like 4 or 5 hours, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
About that.
It's all recorded.
Okay. All right. But it was a long time, right?
Yes, sir.
And isn't it true that you stuck with your story? What you just told the jury was a lie.
Yes,
You
sir.
stuck with the last time you saw your brother alive.
Yes, sir.
All the way up to the point when he plays the tape of CJ identifying you, right? I mean, you just told the jury that you heard CJ say Uncle Junior, right?
Yes, sir.
It was after that fact when you told him what you did, right?
Yes, sir. But again, as I done stated, there's a whole tape recorded.
Of what?
The confession, as y'all say. Y'all say.
I'm not saying anything. You said you
What I'm
confessed.
saying, it's a whole thing. I was there, what, 7, 8 hours?
It was
Wow.
actually 5, but
5? Well, why the jury can't see the 5 hours of that and let them determine? Was it a confession, or was I threatened by Lieutenant Armstrong?
were you threatened by Lieutenant Armstrong?
How you saw the tape? How you saw
I'm
the 5
asking you. We
hours?
don't need to see the tape. I'm asking you. You can tell because
Yes.
you're under oath. Did he
Yes.
threaten you?
Yes.
Okay. He pounded on the table, right?
That
He
was part of it.
screamed at you, right?
That was part of it, yeah.
Now, Mr. Thompson, you told the jury your kitchen crip, or were, maybe you're not active, but you were a kitchen crip, right?
Yes, sir.
And you've been to prison.
Yes, sir.
Are you telling this jury that when Lieutenant Armstrong pounded on a table and screamed at you, that made you confess to killing women and children?
He didn't pound on the table, which it was, he asked me when he played the tape. And after he played the tape, what, 12, 13 times? And after he played it 12 to 13 times, after I still told him I didn't do it, that's when he said, I kill your motherfucking ass myself. You cold-hearted, murdering, killing mother. That's what he did.
And that made you confess
No.
to killing women and children?
No.
What did?
I sit there, and he said, I got something for you. I'm going to throw your ass on that 4th floor, and I'm going to let them kill your mother ass. So yes, I confess.
To killing women and children?
Yes. Yes, I did. Yes, I
But
did.
that wasn't enough for you, though, was it, Jesse? You had to ask them to bring your mother down here, right?
Yes.
And you realize your mother wasn't in the building. You know that, right? Because they went to go get her.
Yes, she was at the safe house.
Where you had been, right?
Yes.
In protective custody.
Yes.
So while you're sitting in that interrogation room, your mama's on her way, right?
Yes.
And then she gets there, right?
Yes.
And then she grabs you, your hands, her son. You love your mother, right?
Yes, love my whole family.
Absolutely. And she said, are they trying to put this on you, Junior? You remember her saying that, don't you?
No.
You don't remember her
No.
saying that?
She didn't say, are they trying to put this on you, Junior? When she came in there, when she walked through that door, soon as she walked through that door, I stood up. I stood up and leaned across the table and said, they trying to put this on me. They trying to make me say I did it. Do you know what she said? Who trying to make you say you did? Tell me so I can get you some help. I need their names. What's their names? I said, I don't know their names. And I sit back down and I told her, they watching me.
Okay.
We
then
grabbed
after that,
hands, and then after that, I
What'd you
told her, don't worry about it. I said, I did it. She said, you did it. I said, yeah. She said, what you do? And I told her the same thing I told Armstrong.
Well, Mr. Skane asked you if you've heard testimony. At what point in your mother's testimony did she say all that?
Get the tape. If you watch the tape,
Do you want us to play the tapes that we have?
the whole tape, not what you have. See, you got what you want. Let the jury see the 5 hours. Let them see everything, not what you want them to see. Let them see everything.
Mr. Dotson, we just want the truth. That's what we
And that's
want.
what I want. That's exactly what I want.
We want the truth.
That's exactly what I want. I want the exact same thing y'all want. The truth. I've been sitting in jail 2.5 years. For what? Nothing.
For nothing?
For nothing.
For nothing.
For nothing.
Well, I have one last question for you, okay? And this comes from CJ. Why did you stab him after he told you that he loved you? Why did you do that?
I didn't. Why would somebody tell him to say that?
Okay.
I know it.
Read it right.
No further questions, Judge.